Hi everyone, my name is Michaela, and for this week's discussion, we were able to complete a community scan for our various areas that we live in, or we chose the area that we don't live in that we'd like to make an impact in. But for my community scan, I chose the area of Monterey County in California, and this is where I live. In this area, there are a little over 430,000 people. I was surprised that that number was lower than I previously thought. But around 29% of these people that live in the community do not have high school diplomas. So that means like 70% of the population do or barely have their GEDs. The average income per family is about $65,000 dollars per year, while the average cost of homes in this area is $500,000, and the cost of living here is very expensive as well. So, because of those people that live with like larger families and they live and they work in the agriculture industry, they don't make a lot of money and they're struggling. And out of the people in the county, a little over 16% of the people live in poverty, and 40%, including that 16, live below the poverty line. And it is very hard to live here at times, and things are very expensive, and especially housing costs are very expensive. I've made a lot of discoveries that challenged my assumptions, things that I previously thought. This week, I have learned a wide variety of information that has challenged me. People of all walks of life live in a single community, and we all have different parts, different dynamics that go into that. There are places around us that people need assistance in and do not have the opportunity to receive help. These individuals are referred to as underserved population or underserved people. According to the lecture 2 we had, it states the underserved have limited access to financial, legal, educational, and medical resources. They tend to be groups of people that aren't empowered to make their needs known to lawmakers, financial leaders, or social service agencies. So there is an opportunity for us and for those people that have those abilities to reach out to these people and to try to help impact their lives. The lecture allowed me to gain an understanding of these people that are living in these hardships and who are being underserved, and how I can help try to improve and feel empowered to help them. And so that's definitely built up some empathy for those people, and how they're living. And I have gained, like I said, I've gained a new empathy for these individuals who are struggling, and I want to try helping them in ways because of what we've learned. And it's really hard to see people living like that. I mean, I know I'm barely making it as well, so there has to be some other way to find resources. So elements of my community scan that surprised me, there were several items that surprised me. First and foremost, one of the biggest things, like I previously mentioned, was that the average income for families compared to the cost of living and the cost of buying a home is drastically different. And I know that's how it is in like many areas, but in particular in California, it's like really, really bad. It's like almost as expensive as it is to live in Hawaii, and we're not Hawaii, we're California. But especially in this area, like there's Monterey, there's Carmel, there's like these nicer areas, but then you travel like a few minutes down the road to a town called Seaside, and there's like a lot of people that have families just shoved into like apartment homes and all kinds of stuff. So it's interesting dynamics, very, very diverse group of people that live in this area. So the average income is way lower for majority of the people. There are some very, very wealthy people, like I said, in Carmel and Monterey. But then, like in areas like Salinas, Castroville, and Seaside, people are living below the poverty line. And it's hard to see that disparity between those people. But people that live in the county make less than the average income in majority of the residents in California in general. So it said Monterey County, California, and the United States. And so the average income that Monterey people are making is like $5,000 to $10,000 less than what people are making around the United States. And that is interesting because of how expensive it is to live here. And people are just struggling, barely making ends meet. It also surprised me to see the percentage of people who do not have high school diplomas. Nearly 30% of Monterey County people don't have this. And it does surprise me and it doesn't surprise me because there are a lot of factors that I've studied that have impacted this, so such as teen birth rate, needing to help provide for their families, gang affiliation, and stuff like that. And so that's just interesting to see. And so hopefully more people are pushing to get their GEDs if they do have to leave high school early, or if they are just able to push through that. That would be awesome to see. And maybe I can help in that regard. It is challenging to see, but people should feel encouraged to try to receive their education. The article, connections to the significance of empathy in social enterprise and the impacts on communities. So I was going to reference the article, Social Entrepreneurship, The Case for Definition by Roger Martin and Sally Osberg. That was a very informative one because the concept of social entrepreneurship was a little bit confusing because it had the word enterprise in it and entrepreneur. So I immediately thought like people just trying to help people just to make money, but that's not what it's about. So I took that deeper look and I was able to understand that there's a characteristic that distinguishes a social enterprise from other like for-profit organizations. And so this is about being what they quote mission-related impact. So they have a specific mission, they have a specific need that they see that needs to get filled, and they want to try to help those people. And majority of the time, it's not for their own benefit. It's because they actually do have that understanding of those people's situation, and they have that built up empathy. Like I'm building up empathy by completing my community scan, and now I want to help people in that regard. So maybe I can step into that social enterprise role, but being able to build like some kind of business, giving those people some kind of resource that can impact them would be amazing. So that's the goal of how social enterprise works. They see a need and they want to fill that need. It's usually financial related, like helping people financially, medically, as previously discussed. So completing this community scan gave me the opportunity to see the significance of empathy in social enterprise and the impact on the communities. There are many people in need and in need of resources, like I previously discussed, especially in my community. And so these resources, social enterprises are trying to come up with, truly seek to serve the underserved people. They want to take the population, those people that are facing hardships, and try to make an impact, which is really cool to see. And so some of these people are able to access services because of the individuals who saw a need and were trying to fill that need. And that is really cool to see. So overall, my reflection of the community scan process, it was a little bit, honestly, it was a little bit frustrating trying to navigate the site that we were using. I was trying to figure out where everything was, but then eventually I kind of got it. And there was some information I still had to go outside of that website to gain the information, and then accessing the lectures, like resources, and so I was able to better understand what I was supposed to be doing through that. So besides the frustration of trying to navigate the website, It was really cool to see all the information that everything that was presented. Like I said, I did have to search beyond the website that was given, but it was interesting to see the crazy dynamics of the community. Like I said, like there are a lot of people that are earning hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's people that are barely making $20,000 a year, and so that's what brings the average income to 65,000. And so that's crazy to me. And so I I want to be able to like reach out to people in that regard when I myself become more financially stable, and try to figure out how I can work with these communities to empower other people to seek those resources. So some people don't know the resources exist. They are just still trying to just go through the motions, and they don't know that there are resources out there for them. And so being able to research the various family service centers and the child care centers that are accessible for people of lower income in my community, that was really, really important to see. And so I learned a lot about my community, and I'm now building more of an empathy and an awareness about the people who are underserved, and I hope to help them in the future. Thank you for listening. Sorry my video is a little long, but a lot of good stuff that was discussed. All right, see you guys.